Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Women in the Valley have been taking to social media warning the community of aggressive panhandlers. 2 incidents happened within 15 minutes of each other last Friday on 13th Avenue. And that same day, another report, but this time in Moorhead. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley took a look at the increase of panhandlers and how to keep yourself safe. Bailey.
Thanks, Christine. Today I talked with both Fargo and Moorhead police who say aggressive panhandlers aren't a problem in the valley. They say it's just the hot weather bringing out more people and a few isolated incidents. This despite yet another aggressive panhandler call coming in this morning on 45th Street outside of the Holiday gas station. According to dispatch logs, that makes 4 reports in just 4 days. We're told there's a problem of aggressive panhandlers by the liquor stores in Moorhead, as well as a group of panhandlers going door to door in Felton. Jessica Schindeldecker with Fargo Police says if you see panhandlers out and asking for help in the next few weeks, don't approach them or give them any food or money.
On a safety standpoint, no, you should never approach someone that you don't know. You don't know what their intentions are. Are they going to get aggressive with you if you don't give them exactly what they want, if they don't like what you're giving them?
Now we asked, what is the difference between an aggressive panhandler and a non-aggressive? Police tell us it's aggressive if you say no to them or they start following you around. Christine?
All right, thank you, Bailey. Have you been approached by a panhandler? Be sure to let us know on our Facebook page. Search for Valley News Live and then comment on this story. A Fargo man accused of robbing a jewelry store has officially been charged in Cass County Court. 25-year-old Victor Velasquez is charged with robbery with a dangerous weapon. That charge carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 in fines. Officials say Velasquez went into Riddle's Jewelry Friday morning with a handgun and demanded bags of jewels. In the process, he zip-tied one employee, then forced the others to gather the jewels and then bring them out to his white van. Velasquez's next court appearance has not yet been set. We have a tragic update to a story we've been following for a few days. A passenger in the vehicle that hit a van carrying a basketball team near Mapleton has died. The Caring Bridge page for 22-year-old Cameron Bolton says he passed away, but is kept on life support for a possible organ donation. Bolton was a passenger in the vehicle driven by 23-year-old Levi Almerias of West Fargo last Thursday night. Authorities say Almerias didn't yield at an intersection and hit a van carrying a high school girls basketball team from the Lisbon and Fort Ransom area. Bolton's family is now asking friends to bring any pictures they have of Cameron so they can be used at the funeral. No date has been set yet for his service. We're also now learning the name of the 23-year-old Grand Forks man who died over the weekend. He died in a drowning. Now, officials say Andrew Torrey was found Sunday in the English Coulee Diversion Pond. The coroner ruled his death as an accidental drowning, pending a full autopsy. Around 8 a.m. Sunday morning, officials got a call from kayakers on the pond about 14 miles southwest of Grand Forks. The kayakers found a floating mattress on the water with a cell phone and fishing gear. Torrey was last heard from on Saturday night, and using a drone with watercraft with sonar, divers recovered Torrey's body in about 10 feet of water, about 50 feet from shore. And while it stayed warm outside, we've seen a few passing clouds throughout the day. And now we're keeping an eye on the skies for the possibility of some severe weather. Hutch, anything firing up yet?
Well, we have a few showers in the eastern reaches of Clay County, moving into northern Becker and southern Mahnomen. No lightning with these, so just passing showers. So we take a look at our temperatures across the region. Many of us in the 70s and low 80s today, but the heat down in southeast North Dakota going to be capable of firing off some storms. We do have that best risk of severe weather where you see the yellow along the South Dakota border, along and south of I-94 and Highway 10 into Minnesota. Now, damaging wind and large hail will be the main threat as we go through the evening and overnight hours. We can't rule out an isolated tornado. Things should be getting fired in the next couple of hours in southeast North Dakota. And as we go through the early evening, that will bring the best chance of that isolated tornado. Then as we go into the overnight hours, passing showers and storms will bring more of a damaging wind and hail threat as we go all the way through the overnight and into the morning hours, primarily in our southern counties. We'll keep you updated, have details on your hour-by-hour forecast as we head toward that all-important 4th of July holiday here in just a couple of days. Here in a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A Fargo man was seriously hurt after he lost control of his motorcycle. This happened about 7 miles south of Valley City, 8 p.m. Thursday night. Burns County Sheriff's Office says the 40-year-old was airlifted to the hospital as a precaution. Charges may be pending against the motorcyclist following the crash, which remains under investigation. Also new for you now at 5, one family is safe after their home in Moorhead caught fire. The call came in just before 4 this afternoon for a report of a house fire at 815 13th Avenue North. When crews got to the home, flames and smoke were coming from the roof above the garage. Now, 2 people who were inside at the time of the fire were able to get out safely without getting hurt. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, a home near Campbell, Minnesota is a total loss after a fire early this morning. Authorities say a neighbor called in the fire around 2:45. When crews arrived, the house was fully engulfed, but they were able to eventually put it out. No one was home at the time, and the cause, again, is still unknown. There will be a vigil tonight to honor the life of a little girl who died at Buffalo River State Park. 9-year-old Grace Betty died last Wednesday after drowning in the swimming hole. She was participating in the Moorhead Police Department's summer youth program. The public vigil is tonight at 6 near the swimming pond at Buffalo River State Park in Glendon. The family has also set up a memorial account with Wells Fargo Bank for anyone who would like to help the family during this difficult time. Valley News Team's Katie Apperly will be there hearing from family and friends about their memories of Grace. Look for her story tonight on Valley News Live at 9, on Fargo CW, and also at 10. North Dakota officials were on the lookout for drunk drivers over the weekend. The Highway Patrol and the Steele County Sheriff's Office conducted a DUI checkpoint in area alcohol saturation. 48 cars were stopped at the checkpoint and 1 driver was tested for impairment. No one was arrested or ticketed. However, during the saturation, 3 people were arrested for DUI and 1 person was ticketed for an open container. Parents in Fargo are now able to tell bedtime stories to their little kids for a little bit longer than before. That's because starting today, the Fargo Public Library will not force parents to pay overdue fines for books that are returned late. This new policy only affects materials meant for children, and it also doesn't include fees or books that are lost or damaged. Children's Services Manager Amber Emery says she hopes a late fee forgiveness policy will give more access to books for kids.
What I'm excited about is being able to spread the message and tell people, hey, we're all about, taking books home, taking materials home, and letting your kids use them and read them and interact with them, and not having to worry about, oh, well, I'm a day or 2 late and it's going to cost me money.
The policy will be a permanent rule for the library. The minimum wage for both small and large businesses in Minneapolis increased slightly. Small businesses with 100 employees or less must now pay an hourly wage of $10.25 for the next 12 months. And large businesses must now raise their pay to $11.25 an hour. Under a plan approved by the City Council last year, the minimum wage will now jump gradually every July 1st until it hits $15 per hour. From cookouts to fireworks, the 4th of July is a day full of activity. So if you're looking to make a good statement this year, some quick tie-dye can do the trick. From decor to clothing, this groovy pattern is a good way to get in the 4th of July spirit.
They'll be, making a mess in a creative way on the 4th of July, and everyone can get involved. The kids, the parents, everyone can make something.
If you want to learn more on how to make these items, just visit us on our website and click on the story.